I'm sitting here on the set of Grand Prairie Live Theatre's final play of our 61st season, halfway there, and I'm thinking about next year already, our 62nd season. For our Christmas special, we're going to be doing a very special play. It's going to be the Canadian Community Theatre premiere of a play written by Holly Lewis, who lives in Edmonton, about a time period just after the Second World War ends in Edmonton, Alberta. So homegrown by an Alberta playwright. It's called The Fiance. And it's about two sisters in their mid to late 20s living in an apartment building run by a very kindly, generous, very old man. And he doesn't mind that they're behind in their rent or they need to get a few bucks here and there to tide them through, because guess what? The younger one doesn't work, and the older one, well, it turns out she's working, but for free. Tragedy strikes. The elderly, kindly landlord dies, and he leaves the apartment building to his daughter, who is a mean-spirited battle axe, who wants the rent. Well, the older sister actually had some money saved up to pay the rent, but the younger sister, she has a kind heart. And the doorbell rings, and standing outside the door is a vacuum cleaner salesman. They actually went door to door back then at the end of the Second World War. Well, he's terrible at his job, and she feels she's got a kind heart, so she feels something towards him, and so she decides to buy a vacuum cleaner with all of their rent money. Off he goes. And when her sister comes looking for the rent money to pay the battle axe, there is no rent money, but they have a vacuum cleaner. And guess what? It doesn't work. So now she's got to get the vacuum cleaner salesman to take the vacuum cleaner back so they can get their money to pay the rent. Meanwhile, there's a store manager who walks in because he has a special feelings, romantic feelings towards the older sister. And then the doorbell rings again, and it is a discharged Army veteran, handsome, and guess what? He wants to marry the younger sister because during their correspondence, he fell in love with her. And she actually agreed to marry him, even though she'd never met him, and really she did it just because she's a nice person. How does it end? I guess you're going to have to come and see it. November 28th to December 14th, and there's a tasty Christmas dinner before every production. So you can be filled with Christmas cheer, Christmas fixins, and then laugh, laugh, laugh. Thank you for listening to me. See you next year.